It's really hard to connect with somebody. So when you do meet somebody and you're crazy about them, push the pause button. Because if you insert yourself into their life way too quickly, you're going to push them away. Welcome to my Broken to Brave podcast. I'm Donna Barnes. I want to talk about not rushing. When you meet somebody fantastic, right? You meet somebody, you're crazy about them, you start wanting to spend all of your time with them, but what's the big hurry, right? I mean, if they're crazy about you, they will still be there if you don't come on too strong. And really, less is more when you're just getting to know somebody and allowing the natural progression of discovering each other take its course without trying to force it. And the reason I'm talking about this is because I was talking to a client the other day who had met somebody that he was really crazy about. And he was telling me about it. They'd gone and they did something together. And he was completely inserting himself in her life with everything that she had going on without her inviting him. And that's really the big piece that I wanted to talk about today. When you are first meeting someone, wait for an invitation to do something in their life or to be part of something in their life, like meeting their friends, meeting their family, going to their second home, or whatever it is. Allow your partner to invite you into their life. Don't insert yourself into their life, because most of the time you will push them away because it's just too much, right? You meet somebody, you like them, but then, and honestly, years ago, I was in the same situation. I met a guy, I liked him, but I wasn't sure, right? I was trying him on, if you will. I was exploring whether it was somebody that I'd like to get into a relationship with. And again, I liken it to the cat in the Pepe Le Pew cartoon, right? Where the cat just couldn't get away and the Pepe Le Pew was just so enamored, right? Like, you don't want to be Pepe Le Pew, right? If you are that enamored, you need to make sure that your affection is being received, because unfortunately, if you become oblivious to that, that's exactly why those relationships end. And people come to me for coaching all the time because they thought they found the one. They thought they had this amazing relationship. They were having all this great time together. And then the other person suddenly jumped out. Largely men do this because men are usually, classically the ones that lead a relationship. That's where the line gets blurred. I mean, in today's world, women kind of want to lead too, and it's a power balance. Sometimes you lead with some things and sometimes you let your partner lead with something, and you take turns at leading. You don't dominate everything. Especially if you're a guy watching this and you meet a girl and you're crazy about her, do not insert yourself into her life if she's not inviting you there. You can't be making plans about things you're going to do next year or the next year, or planning things out when you really haven't even gotten into 3 months yet, because most relationships only last 3 to 6 months. And that's largely why, right? It's like, stay in your lane. You can't be overly zealous jumping into your new person's life. Especially, you really need to know your audience, right? If you're pouring it on really strong, and your partner is tolerating it, but not really reciprocating it, that is a massive flag that you need to pay attention that you're coming on too strong. And let them lead, right? If you're the one that's always doing all the inviting and you're the one making all the plans and it's all at your, request, take a step back and let your partner do that and see if your partner does do that. Because I'll tell you, I've personally been in relationships like that too, where I just feel like I've been seeing too much of someone. And I even tell them, hey, I just kind of need to take a little step back, or I need you to, take a step back and let me catch up to you. And if they don't hear that, it throws off the relationship. I mean, my gosh, one guy years ago kept inviting me to do really fun things. And he dropped me off one night and he said to me, I miss you already. And I actually said to him, you don't give me time to miss you. And that is exactly my point. Like, pay attention to the message that your amour, the person that you're crazy about, is giving you. Are they fully enjoying it, or are they pulling back? And are they finding excuses why, no, they don't want to see you this week, or they're lessening the amount of time that they see you? I mean, a relationship needs to balance and grow together, where hopefully both people are participating. And when you find that, it's just, to me, it's the holy grail, right? It's really amazing when two people are connecting and they're both really wanting to spend time with each other. That's when a relationship is really good. And it can move fast, but fastly slow, right? I mean, I think when you meet somebody that you're crazy about and you want to spend time with them, then too funny. While I was talking about when a relationship is really good and you're both on the same page, my guy just texted me, right? So I forgot to turn the sound off on my phone. So I apologize about that. But that's partly where I'm coming from because, previous relationships I've had where the guy just came on too strong and it pushed me away. Where the guy that I am now absolutely crazy about is showing up, but not smothering me. And it's the perfect combination. So that's what I'm suggesting to you, right? If you've met somebody and you're really crazy about them, let them invite you into doing things. Don't assume that you're going, like if they've got some event that's coming up in their life, don't assume that you're going to be their date. Don't assume that they're going to take you. Don't assume that, and don't get upset with them if they don't take you. They might not be ready for that yet. And that's really the whole balance of getting to know somebody. There is supposed to be the mystery of discovering somebody and getting to learn more things about them. Relationships really do last longer when they're slow and steady getting started. Things that start fast crash and burn usually, right? So if you're coming on too strong, you're going to cause it to crash and burn. So, if your girl or guy is talking about some event they have coming up in their life, just listen. And don't assume that you're going to be their date. And don't ask about it and don't insert yourself into it. Because I think, unfortunately, that happens all too often. You meet somebody and immediately you expect to be part of everything in their life. And that's a massive mistake. That has to be a slow build. And you get to my point of the guy that I was like, you don't give me time to miss you. Your partner missing you is a good thing because it gives them time to think about you and to reminisce about you and to miss you. And to want to see you, and then to be happy to see you, because that's a tell too. How happy and excited is your new partner to see you when they see you, right? Are they just kind of blasé about it, or are they very happy to see you? Because that'll tell you too, right? There was that old song years ago that said, it's in his kiss. And that's true too, of course, but it's also in their body language. Right? Do they pull away from you, or do you constantly have to be in their physical space and then they take a step back? There's so many things that you can do and because your imagination is not your friend when you're getting to know somebody. Keep your thoughts in today, in the present, in what is actually happening in front of you. And don't start running a mental highlight reel and fantasizing about all the things you're going to do together and all the, and if you're young enough in a place that you're hoping to find your one and have children, don't start fantasizing about the wedding and all of that stuff because you throw off the balance. Visualization is so powerful. Your brain thinks it's actually happening. So if you're fantasizing now about all the things that is going to happen in this relationship, and now you're in the presence of that person, and maybe it's only like your third or fourth date, you've thrown off the balance. And to that point, right? People say, how long should you delay bringing sex into a relationship? And I think, yes, you can meet somebody and be like swept off your feet and then it moves very quickly. But really, the slower it goes and the more you can spend time talking and getting to know each other, the more exciting it is when you finally jump in bed together because you know each other deeper than you're not just total strangers, right? Which can be fun too, I know. But like if you're looking for a long-term relationship, So really the biggest takeaway is less is more in the beginning. Don't push. Don't overly insert yourself. Don't constantly invite them to do things because I'll tell you, not everybody has the boundaries to say, no, I don't want to do that. And especially the guy that said, I miss you already was inviting me to do really fun things, right? Like he took me to the VH1 Awards, right? Really fun things that made it hard for me to say no to. And, to that point, another guy that I had said, I need some time to myself, invited me to do something that he knew I would want to do, right? So, that's exactly what I'm talking about. you really need to listen to what someone's communicating to you. If they're saying, I'm seeing too much of you, and they might not use those words, but if that's what they're saying, if they're saying they need a little more time to themselves, or they need to only see you once a week, or whatever it is that they say to try to push back on the relationship, don't bowl over that boundary. Hear that, because this has happened to me where I've met somebody, I liked them, and I'm just exploring getting to know them, and they're crazy about me. And I'm not on that same page yet. And I've tried to say that to several guys, and they just don't hear me. So then, yeah, we break up, right? Which is then why I meet the guy that I'm crazy about, right? But yeah, don't linger in something that is not the right thing if you know that it's not the right thing, because it just prevents you from finding the right thing. What I'm trying to say is don't come on too strong, and really know your audience, if you will. If you're overly inviting your new partner into your world and to do all sorts of things with you, gauge how happy they are to be there with you, right? Are they interacting with you? Are they really engaged with you? Are they touchy-feely with you? Are they focused on you? Or are they just more interested in the interesting thing that you took them to do, right? That's a big tell of how they actually feel. And it doesn't mean that they can't get there, but if you bowl over their feelings, you'll squash them before they have a chance to grow. So that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to make sure that you're taking it slow, not rushing into things, not sending the wrong messages. And when you find somebody that you're really crazy about, push the pause button. If they're as crazy about you, they're going to be there in a week. They're going to be there in 2 weeks. You don't need to communicate with them every day, because that's the other thing too. I have so many clients that come to me for coaching because they send a text message and their guy hasn't replied yet. And my first response is always, well, what does he do for a living, right? Not everybody wants to communicate all the time, every day. Sometimes you just less is more, especially if your guy's really busy or your girl's really busy, right? Yes, you're always happy to hear from your person, but if you're in the middle of something and you're crazy, sometimes it can get to be a little much. Don't do that. Yes, communicating daily is amazing, but a little bit. Like you can say a couple of words in the morning, you say something at night, right? You don't need to keep in contact all day long on a weekday, especially. And if your person told you that they had something else to do, don't bother them. Do not text them during that. Don't call them during that. Let them tell you about it. You can say, how was your day? Did you have fun? But don't ask point blank questions and force them to tell you about something that maybe they don't really want to tell you about. Give them the space to go out, and whatever it is that they're doing, let them do that without you inserting yourself into it. So just something to think about. If you are crazy about someone, don't push. Take it slow, slow and steady. I'm not saying play games. I'm just saying don't squash the feelings that they have for you before they really have a chance to develop. So leave me your comments. Let me know what you think. Has anybody done this to you? Has anybody just like you liked them, but then they came on too strong and it was just too much and you just had to get away? Like the Pepe Le Pew cat, right? Like, leave me your comments. I'd love to know. Or let me know if there's something that you want me to make a podcast about. And visit my store. I have a great new store with all sorts of wearables that you can start conversations with. And I'm available for coaching. If you're really struggling or someone's left you and you're just having a hard time figuring it out, I'm really good at unpacking what is going on and helping you to slow it down and maintain the relationship, or to get out of a relationship too. Thanks for listening. And I look forward to seeing you in my next episode.